really, I don't even know what to say after a service like today. God was so strong in here. The presence of the Lord was just all over the place. We had the spontaneous worship where people began to worship. We had some prophetic words that were going forth, and they were not just words that were way out there. They were very applicable for directional today. And that's incredible for when somebody gets a directional word on what they're supposed to do, and it bears witness with what God has already told them in their heart. So it's exciting to see what God is doing all over this entire region. Churches, I've talked to different pastors in the entire region, and God is doing something specific and unique for their church as well. We talked a lot today about coming out of the system of the world and the structure of the world, and we're called to be system changers and structure changers. And what we do is we go in the world and we bring people into a new way of living, and it's the way of the kingdom, and it's full of life and peace and joy, righteousness. And people today are living in the world, and it's not a bondage to just sin, they're in bondage to themselves. So we preach the gospel of the kingdom, bring them out, and allow them to walk into where God has called them to be. And worst thing in the world is to be from the world, get saved, come out of that position of bondage of sin, and then be in a religious atmosphere where you're still full of self, and your mind isn't renewed. Well, God has called our minds to be renewed. So it's more than just be recovered. Once you get saved, you're in recovery. He said he would give recovery to the blind, give their sight back. Well, that's the beginning. And then as we're being restored, our mind is being renewed, and the ultimate goal is to be walking in his reward. And his reward is us, and our reward is him. And he wants that to be a perpetual thing and never-ending. And the blessing of the Lord, the favor of God, the grace of God is upon our lives. So we're excited about what God's going to do in the months and the years even to come all over this entire place, because there's something specific and unique God is doing for this generation. It is to bring us out of darkness into light. And darkness isn't just in sin. It results in sin because it's ignorance. But God wants us to walk in the revelation, the illumination, the power, and the promises of God and what he has for us. Until next week, this was a brand new year. We'll kick off right for you. If you're going to be in a church somewhere, be somewhere on New Year's Eve and pray in that new year, because God's going to do something wonderful in your life in 2020.